Look, from the BuzzFeed standpoint, this is not thrilling to me, right? The idea that other companies can pay to be in a fast lane. Look, we deliver video, we deliver images, we have long list posts that have tons and tons of images on them that are bandwidth intensive. I don't know what commercially reasonable. I look forward to hearing what it is and seeing if we can afford it, because we certainly don't have the budget that Google and Facebook have.
So you would argue it's a net negative for content companies and a net positive for providers?
I would say that any time that anyone can buy something that's better for them that not everybody can afford, it's better for the seller than the potential buyers.
Commercially reasonable, though, also has to apply to consumers. You have to think that Netflix or Verizon or Disney could choose to pass on some of that cost to the consumer, which ultimately will be something that the FCC probably would frown upon. So how do you define commercially reasonable for the consumer?
I also think that the consumers will have a lot of ability to push back, given that now wireless can deliver a lot of this as well. We've seen all the wireless CEOs on the shows talking about how they plan to do enhanced video services and things like that. If consumers in that normal layer start getting new up-and-coming services, right, like a BuzzFeed before, we can, like not like Google, whatever, they will push back and say, why is everything being slowed down other than Google and Netflix? So that's a potential as well.
The chairman of the FCC, Tom Wheeler, did defend the move. He says there are reports that the FCC is gutting the open internet rule. They're flat out wrong. Netflix, which has been outspoken on the topic, responded the proposed approach is the fastest lane to punish consumers and internet innovators. I know you haven't seen pricing, obviously, but would you guess you'd be a buyer of this service?
I would say that if we can afford to do it, to be in a faster lane, to service our customers better, and that is how the playing field is created, I would want to actively understand the pricing and look at it. Of course, I would be irresponsible to my customers and our shareholders not to.
How do you think this will eventually shake out? Because obviously there will be comments coming in from a lot of companies. I'm sure BuzzFeed will weigh in as well. But the FCC, if you listen to Tom Wheeler, he says, look, this is not really a change. There is no really substantial change in what we're proposing here. But what do you think companies will want to say? What do you think they'll want to make clear?
Well, let me give the other side of the coin. I think it is fair, and I do understand the perspective of the cable companies. They have large CapEx expenditures. Even though Comcast put up a strong video buyer number in the past quarter, the trend for standard television as we is in decline relative to over-the-top services. They have to have an ability to compete. So I do get where they're coming from.
Moving on.